Greetings and welcome to this week's episode of Vampire the Masquerade Beyond Armageddon. Before we begin, I'd like to make a few announcements. First, please consider checking out the new upcoming V5 book, Sabbat the Schism. Not only does it delve into the history and lore of the sect, it opens up multiple role-playing options for fans of the game, including new playable clans, elder level powers, and much more. You can find a preview of Sabbat the Schism in the link below. Second, I'd like to thank RS Experiments, aka Mark, our local musical talent, for graciously providing the custom music you've been enjoying so far, including our awesome main theme song called Haven Dweller. If you enjoy any of the music used during the stream and you'd like to hear more, you can find a full library of Mark's work by clicking the link below to RS Experiments' SoundCloud page. Lastly, if you enjoy tonight's session and you'd like to see more, be sure to follow both our channels. You can catch us live most Sundays at 7 p.m. CET by tuning in to twitch.tv/RSAGames, or check out all our recorded sessions at RSA Games on YouTube. Links below. Remember to like, subscribe, and be sure to leave us feedback and suggestions in the comments below. We hope you enjoy the session, and without further ado, let us delve into the world of darkness in tonight's episode of Vampire the Masquerade Beyond Armageddon. We're back. As we rejoin the pack, we join Serena and Titus as they drive through the streets of Santa Monica, parking a couple of streets away from the park they were indicated.
Yes, and Serena has to straight up go into obfuscate.
So you exit the car, obfuscate. Titus?
Titus gets out of the car and also obfuscates.
Okay, good. And as both of you are essentially not invisible, but you avoid notice. At some point, you feel in your pockets your phone's vibrating. You check the phone, and it's the go-ahead.
Wait, also, how would we have gotten those mortals he packed into the trunk?
You can carry them.
Obfuscated?
That, or you can just carry them. You are trying to cause a bit of a masquerade breach.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so I just carry them, looking like a walking and talking masquerade and breed.
And as you make your way to the park, it doesn't take too long. It's not even a minute of walking. You get to the park, and as you begin tearing into the dirt and opening these graves in the ground, I am simply assuming that both of you use the Serena uses the new appendage modifications she has, and Titus uses his feral claws.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And as you
But
finish,
also Serena would check the area with aspects.
you can make a perception and alertness roll.
Mm-hmm.
Auspex is activated to what? Vision?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and difficulty 3.
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, difficulty 3.
No, wait, difficulty 2.
Two.
No, difficulty 2. My aspect
Jesus
is
fucking
4.
Christ. Okay, yeah, it's all successes.
1, 2. Yeah, it's all successes.
Okay. Well,
8 successes.
you have a decent look around. And after making sure that you're not currently being watched, you basically turn your attention to Titus finishing up the grave, fairly certain that there's no one around, or at least alarmed just yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to the side is a pile of unconscious people.
How many?
We'll say 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. We need some more. Does it look like Titus is digging faster than I am with my...
Both of you make a quick strength and survival.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I will account for modifiers given the tools you have.
Oh yeah, I never wrote them down.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like Titus is tearing into the dirt and opening up these graves far quicker than you do.
Yeah, so I turned to Titus. We need quite a few more mortals. I'm going to go get some.
You're going to get them, right? Okay, I'll keep digging then.
Yeah. How many do I think we should get more?
I think 10 should be enough.
Right, got it. So 10 graves it is, and 7 mortals for me. And I basically, again, using the aspects, I just like scan the entire area of the park.
We'll do this in a much simpler way. Make a Dex survival roll. This is a standard hunting roll, and instead of hunting, you're just knocking them out and bringing them to the.
Okay, I'm gonna use a 1 willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's okay, 9. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Yep. You find 3 more.
Oh, 4 successes. 4 successes with a willpower.
You find 4 more humans that you can add to the pile.
Yeah, so I knock them out and I bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
And
then, with
then
a pile of 7 unconscious people, you spot Titus finishing up the grave.
you still need 3 more.
How much time do we have left?
Well, we need to embrace them and then bury them and then start going straight to the construction. Right, Miguel?
Yes.
I'm gonna have a look around. Do I see anyone else within the vicinity I could quickly get? while Titus starts the embrace process.
Yeah, well, Titus begins draining one human. He puts a single tiny bit of blood in his mouth and then tosses him in the uh, in the grave he just dug.
What about bashing his head in?
Well, you essentially wait for them to awaken from the embrace. It takes a bit of time. Every time one of them like begins sort of rousing themselves up in a bit of a frenzy, you just give them like a fucking punch on the side of the head and they get knocked out immediately. And as Titus does this, Serena, you look around and eventually you just see this sweet old lady who is just making her way home. And as she walks down the street past the park, her gaze just sort of catches the activity where you are. And her
I'm
first
taking care.
reaction is a bit of confusion, trying to see what's going on. She sort of like adjusts her glasses and leans forward. Do you do anything at this stage?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go get the grandma.
You okay?
Kill her. Kill the sweet grandma.
Larry, stop yelling. It's so loud.
You're not here. Fucking bonk. Yeah, you.
Yeah, I don't need attention yet, so I'm gonna go get the grandma.
Yeah, it takes you no effort. So you dash forward, and as she gets this realization at the monstrosities she's looking at, as she's about to scream, you just grab her by the neck, and it takes you no fucking effort to drag her to the grave site.
Yeah. Weak mortal, but I suppose someone is going to be terrified and absolutely horrified by this.
And as you embrace these poor fucks one by one, eventually, as Titus starts embracing the last one, Serena, you begin sort of pushing the dirt on top of the fresh embraces, and you pack the dirt in as tightly as you can. You check your phone, and you'd wager you're still in schedule, but you should start hurrying.
Well, quickly finish up burying them, and then head out.
And
Also, am I fat as a tick now?
what?
Well, I drained a bunch of mortals, right? And I only gave them very little blood.
Yeah, you only give one blood point, so at the end you just lose one blood point for the mass embrace.
But wasn't I draining their blood?
Exactly. You drain one, give one blood point to embrace.
Oh,
Since you're
I
doing
see.
this, at the end you only lose one.
I thought I was draining all of their blood.
You are.
So in total, both of us only have -1 blood point.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know why you need 8 packs, but I suppose it'll be useful maybe later. After the construction.
As you finish up, do you do anything else here, or do you sprint back?
Off the stairs and back to the car.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
And as you make it back to the car and start driving, we now cut to the skies where Larry, flying and carrying the pack of explosives, feels the buzzing of his phone and sort of struggling a bit to flip it open while he's, high up in the air, struggling to carry these heavy demolition charges. He spots the Crowfield Arms building down below and checks his phone to see that he's got the go-ahead.
I will PK down and slowly land on the rooftop, looking around.
The landing is a bit harder than usual. Again, you're carrying a heavy cargo, but you manage to sort of brace your wings, and with the assistance of your arm, you manage to sort of soften the landing.
3-point superhero landing. Let's go. I will look for the. I will look around the building. I will touch it and get a sense of how many people are inside it.
Just touching the stone and focusing, you get a sense that there's not a full crew, not what you'd expect to be working in the building during the day. But the building has kept a night shift, it seems. You'd count 10, maybe 11 people.
And I also happen to know their location if they're not obfuscated. So, where the fuck are they?
Well, some of them are close to the bottom of the building. You'd wager either ground floor or basement. Some of them are in the upper floors, and they seem to be sort of spread around the offices.
I will. Is there a door on the rooftop that I can
There
access
is roof
to go
access,
down?
yeah.
Yep. Then I
Though
will.
you can just fuse through the stones.
I will not. I will not be able to take the bags with me.
Ah, right. That is very correct.
I will go for the door. Try it. Is it opened?
It's not, but you're strong enough to sort of force it open.
I will try not to make a fuss. To stay as stealthy as possible with my, how to say, complexion. I will go down and continue dragging my hand along the wall to keep a sense of where are the people. I will choose the empty corridors, and I want to make a roll to approximate in my head where should I plant the demolition charges to destroy the fucking building.
I believe this is a very specific role.
I am very good with stone.
You
And
are.
I have a plan of the building in my head already, so
Let's
just to
say,
find weight carrying walls.
let's say, because this is sort of an architectural thing, you can roll. You can roll wits and academics. Your specialty applies, and the difficulty is slightly reduced due to your aptitude with stone.
So if my specialty applies, what
One
does it
extra
do?
die.
Okay.
With our homebrew rules, you get 1 extra die.
Okay, got it. So it's 2, 3, 4 successes.
5 successes. Difficulty is lowered.
Okay.
So you get a sense that you basically need to plant these explosives in the load-bearing parts of the building. The lower the better, though you wouldn't want to place them exactly in the basement. So ground floor would be ideal. Maybe first floor. and you'd want to basically find the load-bearing walls that support the core of the building. Just looking around at the building, having a look through the windows you can look through, you manage to sort of pinpoint the 2 spots where it would be ideal to place the charges. By the way, full disclosure, audience, I am not a demolitionist. I know fuck all about demolition. I'm making this shit up.
Also, we do not condemn blowing up the buildings.
Yeah, don't blow up buildings. That's bad. Unless you're paid to
For
do
your
it.
health.
Legally paid to do it.
Yes.
Well, I'm not the fucking Abu Hakim, I'm a gargoyle, so I will descend the stairs to the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
And are there any people I can sense in the area I want to access?
Well, first, make a dex and stealth roll, because even though you are keeping out of sight and making sure that you're not sharing an area with other people, you are a gigantic stone creature traipsing along the hallways, so...
Of course.
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Or 4.
You manage to remain as quiet as possible, making sure that if someone does see you, not only will it scare the shit out of you, but it will scare the shit out of them, because they won't expect anything there. And you eventually make your way down to the ground floor. And you find one of the load-bearing walls and begin setting the explosives there.
I will set it up and maybe cover it by some crate.
Yep. You find a few... you probably find some, let's say, boxes, like storage boxes of weapons that were being brought in. And you essentially lean them towards the wall. And you begin to look for the other wall where you want to place the explosives. And shifting through the hallways, making sure you're not seen. Now carrying a much lighter bag, you find the other wall. And it occurs to you as you take the explosive that if these explosives go off, whoever's in the building is dying. So you'll be consciously, telling these people, hey, you don't deserve to live because I have something I need to do. You're sentencing these people to death. Do you want to go through with this?
I will sort of stop mid-motion. Try to comprehend any another way of getting these explosives to work. I will continue planting it. Set it up. Flick the switch. Cover it by some boxes. And head out. Just shrugging my head.
And as you make your way up the stairs, making sure you're not seen by anyone, you glance out the window to spot a vehicle you recognize. You recognize one of the passengers that is waiting in the vehicle. Even though he's covered head to toe, you recognize Chuck. And as you make your way all the way to the roof, you look around. You spot the construction site in the distance. And as you begin to spread your wings and get ready to take off, I need you to roll me stamina with whatever bonuses you have. So stamina, fortitude, any bonuses from Visceratica.
Fucking snipers. I don't know if I have bonuses from. Is it for soaking damage?
Yes.
I don't think I have any bonuses from Visceratica, so no.
You might check dot for.
Can you help me with this?
Yeah, I can.
I-
Just one sec. Let me open up the book I have here.
Mhm.
You should start using physical book
I should.
at some point.
I mean,
It will be very edgy.
I had it here before, but I noticed at the start of the session that someone has taken it.
Happens.
It was Malkov. He's studying disciplines.
Yeah, of course.
You add 1 extra die for all aggravated
Yep.
and lethal attacks and 2 for bashing attacks.
Yeah, so you can add 2 dice to your soak.
Oh, I didn't know. All right, I like it. Do 1 sentence count?
Sorry, what?
Do
One
1
sentence
sentence
for the soak.
count? 1s and 10s count, yes, I believe.
So it's 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
5 successes.
Okay, you just tank it. So basically, as you begin spreading your wings, you just feel yourself getting pushed to the side as something hits your jaw quite fucking hard. And as you take a few steps to regain your balance, you turn and you see this pissed off looking gargoyle looking at you with these really fucking sharp claws starting to pierce through its fingers and growing out. And it just fucking screeches at
this. We are doing this, my boy. I will regain my composure, sort of get in a half barbarian, half boxing stance, and go ahead and soak him into jaw. Just return back his compliment.
you. Okay. Roll Dex and Brawl to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I will soak for him.
Does my specialty, any of them apply?
Let me check your specialties. Not in this case, no.
Okay. What is this roll? What is that? How is it possible?
My feeling.
Okay. This is a botch.
How is it even possible? It is not a botch, it is a fail. I go to soak him and bury myself into the ground.
You did get a success that was negated by botches, but the homebrew
It's
rules
minus
dictate
two.
that the homebrew rules we use makes this a botch.
What is that?
So you tried to swing this punch at him, and as you're about to like really sock him in the jaw, you sort of got a bit too hyped to throw your weight around, not realizing that he's just this tiny bit smaller than you. and he sort of ducks under it, and he's going to get a free attack in before his turn.
Oh god, this is horrible. The first attack in the fucking game. 4 ones.
That's soak, please.
Larry got too hyped.
So that's that, and it's
3.
yep. You soak it. So essentially, as you sort of lose your balance, you feel that his knee lands straight in your chest, and the impact does, like, you feel the impact, but it doesn't hurt. You don't think it landed with enough force. That said, that was a free attack that he basically got because he botched. And now he makes his own actual attack, which is this, and he's going to use his claws. So that's...
So do I roll how
Hold on.
many dice?
Hold on. So that's that. And it's... I believe it's 5. And that is... yeah, soak 1 ag. The roll was shit.
So I roll all my dice.
You don't roll stamina, you just roll fortitude. And because you have Visceratica, you add 1 dice to it.
Why don't I roll stamina?
Ag cannot be soaked with stamina, only fortitude.
Oh, I see, okay.
Fucking king. You can't throw a punch
Yes.
for shit, but you can tank the fucking world. So as this as his knee collides with your chest, he takes his leg back, and using the momentum, he sort of makes a slash at you. And you hear this sort of screech as the claws sort of rake against the stone that makes up your skin. And it's your turn. It doesn't seem to have actually pierced your skin, so you think you're fine.
I will go ahead and just quickly turn around to face him once more. And I will go ahead and spit blood in his eyes.
Okay. That will be... would that be Dex and Brawl? Fuck it, I'll say Dex and Brawl. And your specialty in Dex does apply.
In Dex or in Brawl? Which one?
The... had the fucking name. Hold on. Oh, it's not the Dex, it's Brawl. Brawl,
Okay,
the
okay,
specialty in Brawl applies.
What is this?
Okay,
Oh my god.
getting all the worst
One
rolls.
success.
Okay, so that's... yeah, that's 1 success, and he managed to get 1 success. So, you essentially, rake your tongue against one of your fangs, and with a burst of air, you just spit this sort of glittery-ish red liquid out. And while it does hit his face, he sort of twists his face to the side, and it only hits mostly his cheek, maybe a bit of his forehead, but it misses his eyes. And now it's his turn. And he will try to do a... so that's... okay, I need you to roll me Strength and Brawl, please.
Strength and brawl. Alright. And here I manage.
Okay. He takes a few, like he takes a leap back, and placing both his legs and his claws into the rooftop, he charges forward with a beat of his wings, trying to charge you off of the building. He makes contact with you, and you notice him building up. You put 1 foot back, and it's basically like he just sprint into a fucking wall. You do not move a fucking inch. And it's your turn.
So, as I imagine it, I am currently grabbing him by his shoulders. He's sort of lower than me. I will force my weight onto him and try to pin him onto the ground. Just fucking
Okay.
face plant him.
So that is strength and brawl, please.
Specialty applies. On the strength?
Yes.
Okay.
And don't forget, if you have any potence, you also roll those dice.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about it.
It's okay.
I will just roll them separately.
Yeah, it's okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
5 successes.
5, yeah. And he may try to resist with his own strength and brawl. Okay. So you're trying to pin him down, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Face plant him into the rooftop.
Yeah. You basically press your weight, expecting him to fold. He at first buckles a little, but then he sort of reacts in time, places his wings on the floor, and with the strength from both his wings and his legs, he manages to sustain your weight. And at that point, I need you to soak. Ag, please.
Oh, I don't like him.
So that is...
I am best at soaking.
That's a lot of fucking damage. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. I'm actually gonna... Okay. That is fortitude, right?
Yep.
Plus 1. Because
Yep.
of the Serena. Okay. So you got... Okay. You take 2 ag as this guy, after withstanding your weight, he pulls back one of his arms and just pierces your gut with his claws. And the sound isn't one that you would hear from flesh. It's more like a gunshot hitting a wall. And you just let out this fucking howl of pain. You are not used to suffering this type of injury. It feels like someone's fucking opening your gut with a shiv. And it's your turn to react to this.
Can I... Wait, how do I mark ag first?
So in your sheet, you should have, when you mark damage, a dash is bashing, an X is lethal, and a hashtag is ag. Essentially, the more dashes there are, the worse the damage is.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will... I am losing this fucking fight. I will go ahead... Just fucking kneel him. into his face,
Okay.
and afterwards let go and make distance between us.
Dex and Brawl. You want to knee him in the face to cause damage? Or do you exclusively
Yes.
want to make space?
No, to cause damage.
And to make space? Because you want to dash
Or
backwards.
afterwards, just
okay.
jump away.
Because you're currently in a grapple situation.
Yeah.
I'll allow you to break out of it if you get at least one success on this, but I will up the difficulty by 1, so it's difficulty 7. Because you're trying to deal damage and, make an opening for you to back away.
Okay, then I will... Can I then just spin around him to get behind him? And then punch him?
Well,
not
again,
like getting go of not letting go of the grapple. Essentially,
since you're in a grapple, if you want to do anything within the grapple, you either have to struggle against him or cause him to let you go.
Okay. Then I will just kneel him in the face.
Okay.
Just basically. Does specialty apply?
Yes. I think
The brawl.
your brawl one does.
Okay. What are those rolls, man?
Getting all the ones now. Oh my god.
Why am I getting all the ones?
That's another botch, mate. Because the difficulty is 1 higher. That's a botch. Fuck. 2 botches in one fight.
Why? Why does the god of random do this to me?
Okay, just roll me
Alex,
roll me fortitude
next time
plus
you
1.
roll, say Pelese.
So roll fortitude
What
plus
do I
1.
roll?
Fortitude plus 1.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's fine.
Three.
Basically, when you knee him in the face, his mouth just happened to be open, and your knee hits his fangs. That said, they don't get to pierce your skin, not quite. And as he gets kneed in the face, he attempts to sort of push you out of the grapple. Do you struggle to get out of the grapple, or do you try to keep him in the grapple?
I want to keep him in the grapple.
Okay, roll strength and brawl, please. Okay. Yeah, you definitely win this one. He tries to sort of push himself out, but as he sort of yanks one of his arms and starts taking a step back, you jolt forward and just grab his neck and pull him back in. And it's your turn.
So in what position? What am I holding right now of him?
You're holding his neck and one of his arms.
All right, I want to grab his wing with the hand that I'm holding his arm currently, and just begin to tear it off his body.
Fucking doom. Let's go. So for this, since you're already in control of the grapple, you're going to roll a feat of strength. So what you do is you roll your current willpower. So count the dots in your willpower that are still filled. Roll that, and then whatever successes you get.
Roll...
Hmm?
Can I roll willpower at the start of the session right now?
Oh yeah, you make 1d10 to check willpower region.
Yes.
Yeah, you get one.
Let's go.
So roll whatever your current willpower is. You don't need to spend any, just whatever your willpower is. Roll that, and whatever successes you get, you add your strength on top of it. And if you have potence, that goes on top of that as well.
Okay. Does my strength specialty apply?
No. This is a feat of strength. So
Okay.
all the no.
Okay.
All the dice you roll is just your willpower.
So it's 2 successes.
Let me check.
And,
Let me check your sheet, because it's the first time you're doing this, and the mechanics are quite weird.
9 successes in total.
Yeah. Why did you roll 7? One. Am I just counting this wrong?
Willpower? Yep.
Yeah, you got 6. So
No, I
roll
got 7.
6. Just roll 1 die, and we'll remove the closest one to that.
What you mean? I got 7 willpower.
No, you got 6 current willpower.
I got 7 current. Maybe it did not update. I just added it. I got
okay.
6.
Fair.
And then I rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 7. That makes that's 1 success, 2 successes. So it's 2 plus your
successes.
strength plus your
Plus 7.
potence.
Yes. 9 successes in
9
total.
successes. Okay, yeah. So you take your hand off of his arm, grab his wing, and you begin to fucking pull. And now he's going to get 1 action to react. After which he's losing his fucking wing. Because he can't fucking tank this. Not this amount of successes on a feat of strength. I'm just ruling it that he can't fucking tank this because it's badass as shit. So he's gonna get 1 action. That's 1, which is strength plus 2. Doesn't have a lot of strength, so that's that. Okay. Soak ag, please. So fortitude plus 1, please.
2.
Okay. So you take 1 ag as you yank on his wing, he just out of pain, he just grabs onto your arms and squeezes. And because he has claws in his hands, he starts digging into your arms. You take 1 ag. As the claws sort of pierce through the thick stone hide. After which, you start feeling, the joint pop first, and then you start seeing the stone crack. And after the stone cracks, you just see these bits of very grayish flesh tear, and his wing goes fucking flying off, turning into ashes in midair. And it's your turn again.
Would I be able to fly holding him?
I'm gonna say no. You can barely fly while holding that rebar.
Okay.
Holding an entire other gargoyle, it's a bit too much to ask right now.
Fair. Then I will... Can I spin around him and get behind his back, sort of grabbing both of his arms, holding them tight, so
You
that
have
he
control
wouldn't be
of
able to attack me?
Yeah,
Really.
you have control of the situation for the most part, so go on.
So I will do that. I will spin around him, just grab both of his arms, pull my arms together, not letting him use them in any way, just by elbow joints holding them.
Okay.
And
Strength
just
and brawl.
fixate him in this position so that he wouldn't be able to do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3.
Mm-hmm. And it's...
Guys, I roll all the ones in this session, so you can be glad. You can be glad, you can thank me. The god of random chose to punish me, not you. So I
Okay.
divert all the unlock from you.
So yeah, you definitely win this fight. He is immobilized while you're holding him, and after a bit of struggle, this sort of animalistic-ish voice, he basically speaks in a very raspy, sort of guttural voice, and he just says, "He'll eventually get you. He'll come back for you. You're not going to be able to escape."
I will reply, "You don't have to be like this, brother. We are of the same kind. I can help you."
He sort of struggles for a bit, and he just says, "At the end of the day, you've always been, and you'll always be Strauss's bitch." And he just fucking cackles, and I need you to roll self-control.
Of course I will.
Yeah, you can choose however
0.
you... No. Ones and tens don't count on virtue rolls.
Okay.
So you can choose however you act here, but you feel that that is basically a slight against your personhood, your independence, something you value very much.
Mm. If I will go to diablerize him, does the damage dealt to his body count in any way with the rolls?
It does. Basically, you're going to have to drain his blood fully, and once his blood is all drained, you'll have to essentially keep draining beyond that, and every time you drain a blood point, you're draining health instead. Once his health reaches 0, Diablerie is complete, and we enter, the struggle of willpower.
Then I will, since I don't have enough space to move or punch him or do anything else, I just have my claws, my fangs behind his neck. I will go ahead and bite into his flesh.
And there is absolutely nothing stopping you right now, so all you need to do is roll a flat strength roll. A flat strength roll. I'll tank with his fortitude, and that is
1, 3, 4, 2.
This.
Why do I roll so many fucking ones?
Yeah, that's still, you deal 1 damage. That's enough to pierce the thick stone hide. You bite into his neck, and you begin draining the guy's blood. And
Do I
it
heal?
is...
Do I heal?
Well, it's up to you if you... No, Ag doesn't heal easily. We'll discuss that later.
Okay.
But as you start drinking his blood, it is the best fucking high you can imagine. And each time you gulp down some of his blood, it sort of brings back something in the back of your mind. You start remembering certain moments sporadically spread out through your life. You remember at some point facing Strauss with, your posse of other Nosferatu. You aim your cane at him and essentially tell him that he's got no hold over the city. You figured out a secret. You figured out he has a gargoyle. You figured out that he fucked up and that he's trying to take over a city that rightfully should not belong to him because he has betrayed the traditions. And in trying to impose your will on him, he mentions something. And as he speaks, his words are still very fuzzy. But immediately, the feeling you get is he's won. There's nothing you can do against this. He's got you by the balls. And so with no other choice, you look to the other Nosferatu and tell them to leave. Some of them do. 2 remain. You take your cane, twist it, and with one swipe, a sword comes out and you decapitate one of them. The other one tries to resist, and he manages to disarm you, but you pin him down, bite into his neck, and rip his throat out. And as you stand up, you look to Strauss, and he simply says, I knew you were a sensible man. Now, I'll sit on the throne, and you can be one of my advisors. Your clan is a secondary concern. And as he turns, you just feel this burst of rage, and you sort of open your eyes to the situation you're in, diablerizing this gargoyle. And you just feel his limbs turn to ashes in your hands, and I'm going to begin some fucking rolls to check if you get addicted. Let's go.
Lamb. I got a savory taste of defeat on my tongue. I don't like it.
Okay, so Diablerie. So you've won the contest. Let's check if you get addicted. So you need to roll self-control at difficulty 10 minus your path rating. So however much humanity you have, it's 10 minus that. That's the difficulty.
Got it.
Yep.
2 successes.
So you manage to stave off addiction, even though this feels fucking amazing. You really wouldn't mind doing this again. It is something you manage to sort of bury in the back of your mind. And let me check your sheet, because I know. Okay, you don't go down in generation, so add to your sheet 1 dot in protein. And let me check your other disciplines. And you add 1 dot in fortitude. I think that's all you get.
Yeah. I like it.
And as the guy just turns to ashes in your arms, you just look to the lights around the city, and you hear screams coming from the horizon, sort of realizing the situation you're in. You turn to see that there's a commotion within the construction site. And now we cut to the rest of the group. we go back in time slightly as Serena and Titus arrive at the construction site with the group there essentially finishing the grave. There's a pile of people, and Cecil essentially greets both of you and says, "We need to start embracing these shovelheads. I've gotten messages that other packs are starting to tip off anarchs to their presence."
All right. Well, we still have all of the blood left, so to top it off if needed.
Good.
How
Cecil takes
how
one
many
of
mortals
the.
are?
Hmm?
How many mortals are there? And is Jesus here?
Jesus is around. Abel, would you have knocked him out, or is he just waiting?
I just told him to arrive to location.
Yeah, so he's just waiting in his car, I suppose, until he's called out. Cecil takes one of the unconscious people. There's about 7, maybe 8 of them. It's kind of hard to tell with all of them in the pile. Cecil takes one of them, bites into the woman's neck, and then drops a single blood point. He seems to watch her intently, and as soon as the woman jolts to life and tries to bite him, he just, with one swift motion, hits her on the head and she blacks out. And he just lets her fall into the grave. And he looks to the rest of the pack. Who's embracing?
Well, I am.
Titus also embracing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with this group, right?
Yes.
Well, we're all here now, except Larry.
Well, Abel is going to be walking over, beckoning Jesus to come over
Mm-hmm.
and say, "You arrive at an opportune time. We are launching an attack. Lots of room for young fledglings to prove themselves here."
Jesus at that mention, I'm getting a bit of echo. Jesus at that mention sort of reels back in sort of someone who just heard a ridiculous statement, and he, after a moment, he just shakes his head and looks to you. What do you mean, prove myself? Haven't I been doing that? And I hope you're not going to do that to me. And he just aims at the woman falling in the, essentially what accounts for sort of a mass grave. I mean, I deserve a bit better than this, don't I, boss?
Well, we all start at the bottom when it comes to this.
Nah. I don't start at the bottom, boss. I've done enough work. I should already be one of you, right? Just give me the fucking blood and I'll, let's kick some ass. I mean, right? And he sort of looks to the rest of the pack.
Sounds like you may not be ready.
Does anyone else react?
Abel, should I?
Should you what?
Tell your ghoul the rules of the family.
Well, you are a gang member, Jesus, aren't you?
Used to be. Apparently that's not my job anymore, right?
No longer. You were initiated once, weren't you?
Yeah.
Think of it as another initiation, but
I've already worked from the bottom up, mate. I need...
that's why
I
you
thought
have
this
the
was supposed to be a promotion.
That's why you have a chance. This is a promotion for you.
As Serena drinks enough blood from her victim and pours with one finger a drop, she just turns to look to Jesus. Her eyes glowing with protein red. If you don't
Look,
obey, mortal, you will die nonetheless.
Okay.
Now shut your mouth
So make
and
a
obey.
quick charisma intimidation roll, and the bonus from the Eyes of the Beast from our homebrew that applies.
What is it?
I believe you get 2 extra dice for intimidation rolls while you have it.
1, 2, 3, 2 successes, but I also look very
Yeah.
alien now. Does it lower my difficulty?
I don't think it matters
Okay.
in this case because you got enough. Essentially, as you say that, you've known Jesus long enough to know he's too stupid to be scared a lot of the time. He doesn't realize how much fucking danger he's actually on. And this is sort of a break from that pattern. He looks to you and he takes a step back and says, okay, fine, boss, you're gonna be the one, you're gonna be the one doing the thing, right? I'd rather not be at the mercy of, fuck ugly over there.
it will be my pleasure.
Watch your mouth.
Stop wasting our time and go get to the grave.
Abel, you were going to say something?
I said, Jesus, it will be my pleasure.
Awesome. Let's, shall we just, get it done? I'm, itching to get some superpowers.
Of course. I lead him to his designated spot.
Mm-hmm.
And
He essentially exposes his neck a bit more. He looks like he looks like your average fucking asshole that decided to do the gang life but is way too fucking rich to actually get his hands dirty. That's essentially the vibe he gives off.
so I gently grab him and put my arms around him from behind. With one hand, I slightly tilt his head to have a better access to the jugular. And before I sink my teeth in, I will tell him, become a sword, you first need to be a shovel. And then I drink him.
Yeah. At first when you say that, he seems to think for a second, and he seems to be about to say something, and then you bite, and he immediately freezes up. And a few moments after, his pale, corpse is just his stare into the stars sort of loses focus, and he goes limp in your arms.
I hesitate a bit, but then still feed some of my vitae to what was once Jesus.
Mm-hmm. You open your vein, and after pouring, how much blood do you give him?
I give him enough.
Just enough?
Well, just enough. Well, we don't play favorites in Sabbat.
Got it. 1 blood point it is. So you pour just a little bit of blood, and it's almost like, even though he's dead, it's almost like his body is going after the blood in a way. And as soon as you're done feeding him, he sort of just slowly falls into the grave. And after the rest of the embraces are conducted, you bury the shovel heads, and in one of the rooftops, you start hearing sort of a howl sound. Titus, you almost instinctively understand what it is. Abel, you at first don't understand what it is until you actually focus on it. You both understand this to be essentially a call to arms, given in essentially wolf speech, the use of animalism. And as this sound echoes through the street, Cecil just says, "Now's the time. Get ready."
Did you
Jack?
finish embracing everyone?
Yes. And
Okay, cool.
you've already buried everything, so...
Okay, I'm going to look for high location I can take
Mm-hmm.
because I have guns.
Well, this is a construction site. There are a few areas that are, up high.
Yeah, so obfuscate up.
Mm-hmm.
Jumpy, bunny.
Jumpy, bunny, shooty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
it.
gonna make you roll. You take your position up top one of the essentially these
Oh,
rebar
before
structures.
would I have after Cecil says that, would I have time to go like grab some blood bags and drain them while we wait?
Oh, it's a single turn to do that. I'd say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone who's here and wants to top off on blood, they can. Jack, what do you do?
Yes. I do black metamorphosis.
Ooh.
Ooh, here comes the venom,
Would you
bitches.
like to describe?
Oh yeah. Jack basically got like half a feet, maybe a feet taller. His body is covered in like shivering mess of shadows. And from around his back grows 4 fucking shadow tentacles. Very fucking cool. His head is completely fucking darkness.
I've been waiting to use this. Boom.
Yes. Fuck yes, bitches. Okay, I need to roll, but manipulation and courage difficulty 7, but I have enough to take out the success if you allow me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Abel, what do you do upon hearing the war call?
I prepare mentally. Probably will be looking for a spot where I can have my back against the wall.
Okay. you do manage to find this this spot. It's a bit odd because being a construction site, it's not like it's fully formed wall. This is still all framework to fit concrete into. But you find sort of this almost dead end where it's very hard to flank you.
I was thinking maybe the one of those containers that the construction workers use for housing.
Yeah. You can find one of those just fine if you prefer. Yeah, you find one of those containers. You take your position. Titus, what do you do?
I just will use shape. Okay, hold on. Shape of the beast, the wolf form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys just see Titus sort of shift his back, and he falls on all fours. And as he does, he just bursts into this shape of a, rather large, fair-looking wolf. And I believe I have, yes, there we go. And lastly, Cecil, basically noticing that the Anarch forces are approaching, he seems to sort of very calmly stretch his neck, and as he does so, it's like the pieces of skin that make up his face sort of pop out, and they move back, and his body sort of unfolds, and he takes the shape of this gigantic, almost insect, flesh-like creature. And after he takes this shape, he braces his arms against the ground, and his back sort of bursts into two very large, misshapen wings. And so begins combat. Everyone, please make an initiative roll. I need to make a couple of rolls.
Is it Dex plus celerity plus wits plus your roll result?
Yes. So you roll a 1d10, and you add whatever the result is
Yeah.
to your dex, celerity, and wits.
Okay, 21.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me take notes here. And we're gonna keep this combat somewhat speedy. To keep the flow going. I just need the order of so that's that. I need to check some sheets because since Abel and Jack both got the same score, let's see. My fucking god. Yeah, I need you guys. So Jack and Abel, each of you make a dex roll. Or just a roll of 1d10. I need to see which one goes first. You guys got the same. Oh my fucking... Are you serious? Both of you got 8. Again. Okay, there we go. Fucking hell. Can you guys speak?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
there we
for the
go.
viewers at home, in our secret music room, Doom Eternal intro music is just fucking playing.
Oh,
So
yes.
just imagine the
Oh,
level
yes.
of badassery will be going on.
Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, we can't play it on stream, but just you can imagine yourselves.
Imagination is not copyrighted, so
Mhm.
do as you wish.
Okay, so I need to make a few notes here. So it goes here.
Also, any anarch that is not accustomed to obteneration will have to kind of
I'm aware.
heal themselves.
I'm aware. Okay, there we go. We'll post the order here. There you go. And I need to just make the last roll. Be serious. Fuck. Okay. Alright. So.
Did you choose? Wait, where's Cecil?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I forgot to roll for Cecil. Well, I'll just use this for Cecil. Let me check his. Yeah, so he slots in. Let me hide these rolls. Okay, you can only hide one at a time. That's fine. I'll just paste them again. One moment.
Just roll for Cecil.
Where does Cecil go?
I've
Does he go
hold on. I
Yeah,
got
but
it.
I'm just putting it in third.
I got it. Think fuck he's got celerity. Because otherwise he'd be fucked. Okay. There you go. Alright. So to start with, we have the first the first setup scene, and then we enter combat. You begin to see a few cars screech to a halt, and some burly looking men, clearly Cainites, walk out. One of them seems to be armed with a shotgun. A couple of others have pistols. None of them seem particularly well armed when it comes to those special guns you spotted. In the rooftops, you see a number of gangrel jumping from rooftop to rooftop. You see a few of them taking animal shapes, and once in a while you spot a pair of glowing eyes looking into the construction site. And eventually, a bike drives in, stops, and out climbs this woman that most of you don't recognize, though two of you might. Abel and Serena, you see climbing out of the bike. Oh, sorry. You see climbing out of the bike Caroline, who looks to the construction site, then turns back to the troops and says, "We got shovel heads and some zealots. Let's clean house." And she reaches to the side of the bike and pulls out a shotgun, cocks it, and gets ready for combat. Serena, you go first.
Does her shotgun look special? No.
Wits and firearms, please.
Uh, 3 successes. 2 successes.
Yep. Her shotgun doesn't look special, but when she cocked it, you notice that the shell going in didn't have a red color to it. It had orange, which potentially means dragon breath rounds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. Well, I suppose she is Abel's responsibility. So I'm still obfuscated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 celerity points. So I should have 2 more actions at the end.
Mm-hmm. Make a
And
note, because you'll have to remind me.
and what I do is I aim. So who are the closest? Well, who are the ones who look that they're gonna approach quickest?
Hard to tell. The closest ones are Caroline and the ones in the car. That said, Gangrel are unpredictable as shit, given their abilities
Yeah,
to
I'm
morph,
gonna take out Gangrel.
Okay.
So basically, I'm gonna take a shot with that new gun that I have. I'm gonna test it out. And do
We're
my
talking about
special-
the heavily modified one, right?
Yeah.
You got one magazine of one magazine to use.
How many? How many shots are there?
One magazine for this particular gun. The shots are pretty fucking sick. I'd say you got about 10, maybe 12 shots.
Okay, cool. So basically, I'm using my dexterity precise and firearm sniping apply, right?
Sniping, I don't think would apply,
Yeah.
but I'll allow it. Fuck it. Go.
Okay, so 5, 2, 7, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3 to hit.
That hits, so roll for damage. The damage of the gun, roll it with a single extra die. So whatever damage you're dealing, +1. And I will
what
have
is
to
the
roll for a
damage of the
special
gun?
effect.
Yeah, but what is the damage with the gun? Like my gun has 6, for example. with
The
tracer
damage
hit.
of the gun is not very high. It's like I believe it's 2, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a reason for it. Don't worry.
So I add the 2 overflow and add 2 more, right? Yes, 5 successes.
Okay. So you pull the trigger, and first thing you notice, while there's a pop, the gun is like relatively quiet, and there's almost no recoil. The bullet shoots. There's this big burst of flames right in front of you, thanks to the rite of the fire dance. You manage to sort of stave off the frenzying effects this could have. The shot flies through the air and strikes one of the gangrels straight in the chest. And as he sort of falls backwards, you see just these sparks flying off of his chest. And you don't know the result of this yet. We'll see what happens on your next turn.
Currently a bit disappointed.
So, next we have Anarchs. So the the guys who came out of the car, they seem to focus for a moment, examining the situation. They start moving in, and as they gain sort of a line of sight, they are going to attempt to shoot. However, they need to roll something first. And I will roll something a bit different because this just for a cool effect. Yeah, okay. So, out of the 4 of them, 2 of them lay eyes on Jack. Immediately, they drop their fucking guns and sprint away.
Yes.
The other ones, the guy with the shotgun just screams, "Fucking cowards, come back!" And he aims the gun at Jack and pulls the trigger. How much damage was the shotgun again? It was a.
Let me tell you. Shotgun is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, so he has to roll his plus firearms. That's a really good roll. And he said 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 plus. Fuck, I lost count. Hold on. Yeah. That's a lot of fucking damage. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, do you have fortitude?
Nope.
Okay. Do the shadows reduce the damage you take at all?
Let me check. I'll check it in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Check something. This might. I might like openly fucking fudge this roll because this is bullshit. Nah, fuck it. Let's see how this goes. Jack, 5 ag.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
1, 2, 3,
He
4,
got-
5.
He rolled 6 dice. All of them were successes, and then he rolled damage, which was 8 plus the over damage. He got 5 fucking successes on it.
It was a fucking dragon breath.
Yeah. So basically, this guy pulls the trigger, and there's this loud, but dry explosion, and you just see sparks flying forward. And Jack, while you don't really react to the amount of damage that's hitting you, the rest of you basically see the shadows as the sparks hit Jack. The shadows basically move out, and then they sort of curl back in to cover him up again. And we go to the next person in line, which is
Titus.
Titus.
Titus will pounce on the closest target, which is not affected by Serena's fireworks.
Mm-hmm. So you may roll Dex and Brawl. Keep in mind the stats you have as a wolf when you do this. Titus?
Yeah, rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You run through the various obstacles along the construction sight, and eventually you jump on the guy who has a shotgun. And you may roll damage, which is your strength plus any over damage you've done, plus 2, I believe, because it's a bite.
So strength and
So
just
strength
two
plus 1, 2, 3. So strength plus 3 plus 2, I think.
That's all dices.
Okay. So you jump on the pucker. You bite into his arm and sort of let your body weight sort of drag his arm away before you land on all fours and yank with your jaw. And with this swift movement, all anyone hears is the screams as his fucking arm is ripped off. And you've dealt a good chunk of ag. He drops the shotgun. And we go on to the next person in line, which I believe it's Jack, correct?
Yep.
Yes. So Jack,
Melee attack is Dex Brawl or Strength Brawl?
melee attacks is a dex brawl.
Okay.
However, Jack, one quick thing.
Mhm.
As you feel the searing pain of the flames hit you, there is sort of an echo within these shadows that surround you, sort of a very loud whisper, and you just hear the same voice as you've spoken a couple of times now. Just say, I can help you here. You just have to allow me. Consider this a favor. You just have to say
I'm gonna
yes.
do my own fucking thing.
Okay.
I just fucking rise the motherfucker who shot me. Well, fucking spending 3 blood points into my dex.
Okay.
And I just wanna fucking crush him.
Crush him.
Shut the fuck up. It's gonna be 6 dice. But twice because I have tentacles.
Okay.
1 success.
Mm-hmm. So you roll damage now?
Strength plus potence plus nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is this?
Motherfucker.
Yeah,
It's bullshit.
so you
Yep.
attack the guy with the shotgun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would you care to describe how you attack him, though?
Just fucking punch him.
Okay. So the rest of
grown
you
up.
just see this humanoid shadow float forward quite fast and just jolt one of its fists forward. It manages to make contact with the guy, but he seems a bit too preoccupied with the wolf tearing at his fucking arm to realize what's going on. And Jack, as this happens, the voice rings out once more. You see, far easier if you just let me help. And
Shut the fuck up! And I just slam 4 fucking tentacles, but they count as 1 attack and do just basically my damage.
yeah. Which
Gonna be an
goes based off of this roll, or do you roll?
I roll again,
Yeah.
basically my dexterity plus stuff, and probably my brawl, but I have none.
That's fine. That's one.
Let's fucking go.
Yep.
That's fucking 6 successes.
Yeah. So that's strength
Uh,
plus potence plus 5.
Which makes it fucking 8.
And then the
Which
damage
actually
roll is
hit.
so fucking disappointing.
Yes,
Okay,
but
so that's 3
I don't know.
successes because
Yep.
damage rolls don't count tens or ones. So 3 successes.
And he's
After Jack moves forward, essentially from the shadows, 4 tentacles sprout out, and they sort of do this piercing motion. And as they move towards the guy who had the shotgun, Titus, basically, you hold on tight to what's left of this guy's arm, and it gets ripped the fuck off as Jack's tentacles basically pull the guy into the air, and one of them goes straight through his fucking chest, and the guy just goes limp. Next we have some anarchs. Caroline, seeing one of her fellow anarchs perish, looks to the group, and she seems to focus for a moment. And then she turns around and runs. It is not evident what she's done. Abel, it's your turn.
he said he had a call.
Abel is
Oh,
on a
okay.
call, so maybe have the
Apologies.
next person.
Yeah. So we'll skip his turn until he comes back. So Cecil, he flaps his wings and goes up to one of the rooftops nearby, where there are a group of gangrel, not the ones Serena shot at. And you hear some commotion up there. Clearly he's in the middle of a fight. And the Anarch turn is spent mostly fighting Cecil. Serena, now you get your extra turns, correct?
Yep. I have 2 extra turns, and by the way, did anything happen to that gangrel I shot down?
Not yet.
Well, I guess I'm going to just see if this, like, just still shoot too. I mean, he did fall. So, targets?
There are some more gangrel in the rooftops, and there are 3 guys, 2 of whom are running away at the ground floor.
Yeah, I'm gonna like aim at those guys as I
Okay.
was in range.
The ones who are running, or the guy who's standing and fighting?
No, the ones who are running, because we're here to weaken them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make a dex and firearms roll, please.
Yeah. What the fuck is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Today we roll
3
ones.
successes. 3 successes. 2 go over. And it was +2, right?
Yeah.
Come on. 1 success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's enough. You pull the trigger. Once again, this burst of flames in front of you. By the way, this completely fucking breaks obfuscate. No, there's no chance you can obfuscate while shooting this thing.
Fine.
This burst of flames happens, and the bullet seems to strike the target. The guy sort of gets hit in the back. You see a few sparks fly off, and he falls on the ground. He seems to still be alive, though.
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 successes. 4 go over. 1, 2 successes.
Mm-hmm. The bullet hits, and it's the same result. You see some sparks fly out from the guy's back where the bullet hits, and he falls to the ground. Abel, because you're back, it is currently your turn.
How big is the distance between me and Caroline?
Well, she started moving away from the construction site, but you could totally reach her if you started moving towards her.
So she's leaving it?
She's on her turn. She focused on one of the areas where there was some fighting. It's not apparent what she did. And then she turned around and started moving to another position.
Do you have any idea whether she has noticed that I'm there?
Given the fact that she hasn't had much of a reaction, no. She hasn't noticed.
Okay. I will. How long would it take my whole turn to reach her?
How long what?
Would it take my my turn to reach her?
Oh, just your movement speed right now is enough. And you still have your action.
Okay, I will get to her and say, Caroline, you need to sit this one out. I will do it with a mesmerize.
Okay. Roll it. I believe the difficulty is the target's willpower, correct?
Let me just check. And equal to the current willpower points.
Yeah. Her current willpower is 5. So that is 3 successes. So you look into her eyes and just say, you need to sit this one out. And at first she's sort of shocked to see you here. And after you say that, she has this sort of betrayed look in her face. And she takes a shotgun, slings it over her shoulder using the strap on it, and she basically turns to go to her bike.
Okay. Can I still say a few things to her?
Yeah, of course.
Meet me at Velvet's.
Yeah, you say this. It's not clear if she's paying attention to you or not. It is a bit of a hectic situation. But as you speak up, the voice in the back of your mind, that whisper that's almost deafening, pipes up again, and it says, "We are becoming a bit too soft, Abel."
I retort, soft isn't always bad.
And we move on to the next turn. We start with Serena, and one turn has passed. So, Serena, the 3 shots you fired and hit, all of the vampires you hit, as they're struggling to get up, there's sort of this almost glass cracking sound. And as soon as this happens, they burst into flames.
Neat. Well, it's actually dangerous. So, how many targets are there left?
There are a few gangrel in the rooftops. There's one more guy fighting in the ground floor.
Who's home?
Well, he's got a gun. He hasn't shot it yet. Also, Larry, roll me initiative, please.
Big guy time.
Yeah. Would
Let's
you roll
fucking
just
go.
dex?
You just roll one
It's
die and
1d10, and then you add the result to the flat number of dots you have in dex, celerity, and wits.
Didn't you say that there was 3 guys running away?
Yes, you shot 2 of them. No, there were 2 guys running away, 1 fighting. You shot the 2 guys running away.
Okay, how quickly does Horrid Form activate?
Takes 2 turns.
Mm.
So I
Well,
Cecil did it before combat.
yeah, I got it. Okay, I'll activate it later. I'm going to. Mm, the guy who's still fighting, is he engaged with anyone of our pack?
Not currently, no.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. By the way, let me just, because Larry didn't do it, so that is 4,
11.
8. Yeah, so you got 10 score in
10,
your
yeah.
in your initiative. Yeah, so you're last in the initiative track.
So when I get there, do I see it being already the aftermath of a combat?
Yeah, you basically see the
May I finish my
combat
roll?
happening.
Is it like
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
I rolled 7 successes?
This was to shoot the guy?
Yes.
Okay. So roll damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah,
8,
that's
9.
gonna okay. So you pull the trigger. Once again. Sorry. Hit my mic. There's this huge plume of flames in front of the gun, and the bullet goes straight through the guy's head. It seems to stay in his body, despite doing quite a bit of damage. You should have popped through, and it didn't. And the guy sort of reacts by sort of throwing his gun in the air, almost, and reaching for his face as he starts to, like, stumble and fall backwards.
Wait, did the bullet go through him?
It went into his fucking skull. So it
Oh.
did some fucking brain damage.
Mm.
Not
Next
emotional
turn
damage.
is gonna be.
And then it's gonna blow up. Yes. And Serena, as you do this, roll me perception awareness, please.
Yes. Uh, 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 uh. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 successes.
Okay. As you're in the midst of this chaotic fight, you sense this cold sensation in the air, almost as if the air stood still for a second. Feels a bit familiar, but you can't quite place what it is. And we move on to the Anarchs. So one of the gangrel looks down to Jack. He seems to begin a pounce. And I'm going to make a quick roll. That is that. And now damage, which is this. Man, these fledglings are fucking hitting hard. Okay. So, Jack, you hear this sort of whisper in your ear as this gangrel is, at high speeds, jumping from the rooftop straight to you with claws bared. And the voice basically almost shouts in your ear, "I'm not going to lose another subject." And I'll ask this one question. Would you like to resist?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll willpower.
Current or
Current.
permanent? It's gonna be 7. Ooh, I put a fucking fight.
Okay. So you got an 8, and that's yeah. So you feel that you still are very much in control of most of your powers, but one of the tentacles on your back, you feel it sort of almost moving as if on its own.
Mhm.
And you see this sort of bug appendage sort of crawling into the tentacle almost forcibly, and it gets in the way of the gangrel, who once he claws, he shatters this appendage, and you lose one of the tentacles instead of losing health. As he lands, he looks quite feral at you, and he's going to start charging at you. And as he does so, there's a puff of dirt, and a hand bursts out of the ground and grabs the guy by the leg. And now we add the shovelheads to the turn order.
Mess with the sword, you get the shovel.
Exactly.
Can we have our boy Jesus separately?
Our boy Jesus, you want him separately? Oh, okay.
God,
To
always
keep
ask
track on what
this
he's doing.
Jesus.
Your boy.
Let me note down here.
Cheer on him.
So Jesus is going to be after the Anarch turn, like the first Anarch turn. And the rest of the shovelheads will be after him. There we go. Okay. So essentially you start seeing dirt shifting, and there are these dirty arms bursting through, and frenzied faces of Cainites who are starved for blood. They start to dig their way through. Titus, it's your turn.
What's Titus saying at the moment?
So there's one guy that just fell on the ground with a bullet in his head. Caroline seems to be running to her bike. A gangrel jumped down towards Abel. Jack. And there are a few gangrels still in the rooftops.
I'll use 3 celerity points and go towards the gangrel on the rooftop and attack them.
Okay. How are you getting to the rooftops?
I'll climb with my claws. I'm a wolf.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not exactly the climbiest creatures, but I suppose.
Tell you what, because you're on the path of the beast, this shit is like instinct on crack. I'll allow you to roll Dex and Athletics at a pretty high difficulty. Your shape doesn't quite lend itself to climbing. If you get any 9s or above, you get there in 1 turn. You did.
1 9.
Nice. Yeah, so you managed to climb up to the roof, and there are about 5 gangrel. One is sharing this roof with you. There are others spread about.
I'll probably my select actions are in last order, probably.
The celerity action goes in the last, like it goes after the turn. That said, you had your movement now. You can still take your action.
Okay, I'm attacking his first target.
Okay. Dex and roll.
Same rolls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the damage.
Nice. That much damage. You sure? Hold on. Are you comparing it to the first one, and that's why you're rolling
Yeah, I'm
9
using
dice?
the same rolls as.
Yeah, it's not the. So the damage is the damage of your bite, so strength +2, and then plus whatever extra damage you've gotten. You got 1, 2. You got 3 successes, so it's strength +2 +2.
Okay. You can remove last 10.
Sure. Okay. Actually, I'll do this the fair way. I'll roll a single die and remove the closest one. Okay. You lose the 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that's 4 damage. You jump on this gangrel and you bite into his shoulder. You feel like he does have some supernatural resistance. You suspect he has some fortitude, but it's clearly not a lot. You don't think these guys are too. You don't think these guys have a lot of years under their belt. And as you finish this attack, it is Jack's turn.
Yep. Can I use tentacles to just grab the shotgun
Yeah,
the guy
of
shot
course.
me with?
They
And
are
just-
basically limbs.
Yeah, I just grab the shotgun and put the dog to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, you just see the rest of you just see this tentacle reach out from the shadows. It grabs the shotgun, moves it up, and Jack just sort of lifts his hand as if commanding the tentacles to do his bidding. The tentacle just puts the shotgun up to the guy, pulls the trigger, and it's no contest. He's fucking dead.
Do I see anyone else?
There are gangrel in the rooftops, and Caroline is fleeing on her bike.
Did I see Abel talking to her?
Roll me a quick perception alertness.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you did.
It's actually gonna be either 4 or 5 dice because I have fucking penalties from the wounds.
Penalties, yeah.
4 or 5? Just like specialty?
Let's apply the specialty, yeah. In this case.
I forgot about the wounds.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Yeah,
Perhaps
you saw that he had a word with her.
I will deliberately shoot in her area, but like, if he got out of his way to talk to her, I'll just shoot like,
Like a
who
warning
danger?
shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe she'll get hit by
I won't
spark
have
or
you
two.
roll for it. You pull the trigger and shot rings out. She is basically mounting the bike at this point, and the Anarch turn is basically gonna be her speeding off. Abel, it's your turn.
Are there any anarchs left?
Some gangrel on
Some
the
gangrel
rooftops.
on the roof.
Oh, this was underwhelming. Can I is there like anybody of ours next to those annex on the rooftops?
Titus is currently in the rooftops, so is Cecil. Serena has a view of the rooftops. You don't really know what their status is.
Okay.
From where you are.
I hear the commotion, but I don't actually see anyone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I'll I'll send a text message.
All right. And while Abel texts, the rest of you hear a bit more of a commotion, and eventually you see a pile of ashes just spew out from one of the rooftops, and Cecil starts like climbing down. And despite this having been a fight that, nearly one-shot one of you, Cecil just takes a look around with a bit of a puzzled expression. Despite his monstrous form, it's still readable. And his expression that he's confused. He's trying to think of what happened. And just like that, Larry, as you approach, you see the remaining gangrel in the rooftops, struggling with Titus, a few of them getting ready to pounce on some of your packmates. But overall, the situation seems pretty under control as the shovel heads are climbing out of the ground.
Do I meet with Cecil by any chance?
You see him climbing down the rooftop.
I will approach him, fly up to him, whatever it takes. When do I explode the crow field?
Cecil seems to just gesture with one of his claws towards your phone. And he continues climbing down. And as he does that, Abel, you feel... Oh, hold on. I forgot to take... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So Abel, after you send your text, you feel your phone vibrate as you're putting it away. And as you open it, it seems that Isaac is calling you.
I suppose I answer. There's not much else for me to do.
As you pick up, Isaac sounds quite nervous and overexerted. And he just says in quite a desperate voice, "They knew we were coming. They're here. We need backup."
I'll be on my way.
There's no answer. It seems that he's running. Do you tell everybody, or do you keep this a secret?
Who is around me? Who can I tell?
No, Jack is
Jack's
in the ground floor as well.
Jack's there, but the others are on the roofs.
Just yell that it's time.
It's time for what?
Well, just yell that it's time. We all know that after this we go to the crow field to support Isaac.
It's time. They
knew?
They knew.
Very well performed. Well, unless someone would like to stay behind.
How's Titus doing?
Titus is fucking eating gangrel for breakfast.
Okay, cool.
It's dinner.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna get to the car and say, ask whoever the fuck is getting into the car
How
with me.
far is Crowfield?
By car, it's about a couple of minutes.
This
Running?
time I'm getting into the sports car.
Yeah. And those of you getting in the cars you drive, Larry and Cecil fly there. And as you begin
Cecil
approaching...
flies?
Hmm?
Yes.
Cecil flies?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got wings, motherfucker.
Motherfucker, he's copycatting me. Oh no.
Beef
That's
started.
it.
I already teared off one wing.
Friendship ended with Cecil.
Touch
Jack
Cecil
is my
and
new
I.
best friend.
Touch
Uh,
Cecil and Iris is probably gonna frenzy.
oh yes.
Well,
I
it
will
depends on the
touch
touch.
him inappropriately.
So
Shut the
you
fuck up.
guys make your way to Crowfield Arms, and as you approach, it's very clear that within the building there's gunfire. There's a lot of fucking chaos going on, and at some point you see that Chuck runs out the front door. He's missing one of his arms, and he seems very heavily damaged. And as he sort of grips his throat, spitting blood once in a while, he reaches towards you with a sort of, you know, begging for help, and almost as if out of nowhere, you see this humanoid shape appear next to him. It's a very disheveled figure with a skull mask on. It takes this very long dagger, and with a swift motion, decapitates Chuck and then vanishes into nothing.
What the fuck was that?
He and friends, obviously.
Anyone has suspects?
Oh, fuck.
They're in the underworld.
I will get into the building through the rooftop.
Right. I think I will need. By the way, I wanted to ask. Horrid form. Am I able to use dementation in horrid form?
No. Dementation requires you to say something that's, you know, understandable
Audible.
speech, and horrid form does not, like, it's incapable of performing understandable speech to anything that's not another Zamichi in horrid form.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
You are able to use dementation on Cecil.
Thank you. Okay. Well, I suppose it'll have to do right now as it is. Also, while we were driving there, I drank some more blood.
Okay.
I had. So, I'm gonna use another 2 celerity points at the end. Oh wait, are we gonna roll for initiative again?
No need. We can do this one in roleplay because cinematic shit is about to happen.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so, and I'm going to fucking storm into the building.
Yeah.
Well, carefully storm, you know? I don't want, like, some fucking bullets start to rain on me.
Okay. Well, as you begin making your way into the building, as you approach the front door, you see appearing basically out of nowhere, almost surrounding the area around the front door, essentially about a dozen shapes like the one you've seen before, all of them
Yeah,
wearing skull masks.
cool.
They appear
I-
holding daggers and just sort of ceremoniously watching you. They don't do anything.
Cool. I open my mouth. Dun 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 dun. Where is it? I'm fucking blind. So I'm. Oh, I'm in the wrong area. There we go. So I need to roll manipulation plus empathy. Does persuasive apply? Since I am persuading them to go fucking mad.
No. It's demontation,
Damn
baby.
you. How dare you?
You're trying to break some
Right, so
brains. You're not trying to persuade them to do
I
shit.
know. Pelese, God, give me all of the successes.
Fucking 5 ones.
Why are you cursing me? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I hate you. Don't talk to me ever again when I'm rolling. 2 successes.
Yeah.
So
On what power?
it's Voice of Madness.
Voice of Madness. Got it.
And basically I'm going to use the ones who are furthest away from me. Like, I have been meaning to practice some things. But I really want to see what's under those masks. Maybe you'll do nice colonials on my wall.
Yeah. And as you speak these words, a few of them seem to drop their knives, and in a panic, they run towards the building and sort of vanish into nothing. That said, there was about 12 of them. Now there's 10.
That's already -2.
And they simply stand there with their daggers pointing down. And all of them seem to stare up to the rooftop where Larry is. Larry, make me a quick wits and alertness, please.
7. Oh, no. 7 dice.
Okay.
4.
Yeah. So you're going to get to resist this. That's your reward. Well, up to you if you want to resist it. Basically, a shape appears behind you, and you just feel it like push you off the roof.
Shape. Of
Up
course
to you
I
if you
want
want
to resist it.
Yeah. Okay. So roll strength and brawl, and they are going to roll as well with the modifiers.
Five successes.
Okay, that's 1, 2. Yep. You basically feel this kick behind you, and you're pretty sure that you managed to push back really fucking hard. It's basically like trying to fight against an unstoppable force. You just fall forward and feel yourself, go like lose all the ground below you, and you fall. Now you don't take any damage from falling at this height, especially given your resistances. But it was impressive how much fucking power was behind that kick. And as all of you look to the rooftop, you see Ruark looking down at you. This tall figure with blonde, almost bleach white hair and an eye patch. He watches you.
He short?
Hmm?
Wasn't he short?
He's shorter than Cecil.
And Serena.
He's not a fucking manlet. Yeah.
You described him as such.
I actually imagined him as such a kind of an Irish dwarf.
Motherfucker.
But yeah, you see this blonde figure with an eye patch just watching you from above. And next to him appears the red-headed minion he keeps around, Kian, who is wearing a skull mask like the others and the very odd body armor that you've seen him wear.
Not yet.
Only he is not just showing up. He shows up with an axe held to the throat of Isaac. And Ruark simply points to Isaac and then points to Cecil.
Motherfucker.
Do I roll to resist frenzy?
You don't need to roll, you're on instinct. And I think this is still below your instinct rating.
Okay. Could I activate Horrid Foreman?
You can. Takes time, but you can.
Well, I'll just spend the blood. Well, actually, I had celerity actions. I can't do it yet. I had 2 celerity actions I spent. I haven't done yet.
Cecil seems to be pondering his options. Do any of you do anything?
Titus
I
will
look
obfuscate.
at Abel.
Abel will try something that has worked before,
Okay.
and he will use horrid reality on Kian.
Okay. Let me read the
Sure.
specifics of that. Where is it? Chemistry. Yeah, here we go.
Now I will have to roll manipulation subterfuge against his perception plus self-control instinct.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that means it's a difficulty of 9.
Oh, nice. I suppose I can't use a willpower point to.
I mean,
Have an
no,
ultimate.
this is a willpower expenditure already. I don't think you can spend willpower on top of that.
He can.
Can he?
If he can use willpower once to.
I mean, sure, I suppose.
To ensure what? That it's not a botch? Oh.
Basically.
That you have 1 success.
Yeah, whatever
I'll
you roll, the minimum you're gonna get as a result is 1 success if you spend willpower.
All right, I'll spend an extra willpower.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So that's 2.
2 successes.
Right?
And it says the victim takes damage from this, right?
Yes,
And
but
so-
the specific one, the horrid reality that I want to create for him, is the one that I used on the Mac.
Mm-hmm.
The sun keeps shining on Kian from a location
Okay.
that we didn't realize.
Okay. Here's a question. Because this is an illusion of the sun shining down, right? Does it affect Isaac as well? And
No.
does
No,
Isaac
Nope.
only affects
seeing
the-
the sun appear, can he realize it's not real and dispel it? Those are the 2 questions I have here.
He can try to disbelieve it in No, if he can be convinced that it's not real, I think.
Okay, okay. Well, he's definitely gonna think it's real, but not for the reasons you think.
All right.
Okay.
And it will not affect Isaac because it only affects the individual that I'm using it against.
And the damage is
I think it might be.
lethal,
Lethal, but not soakable.
and it's equal to the. Okay, got it. Okay, so basically, there's this sort of faint light that starts building up, and
He's the only one who can see it.
Hmm?
He's the
You don't
only
see
one.
it.
Who can see it.
So Isaac can't see it.
Nobody else can see it. It's
Oh,
only
okay, got it.
only his own personal horror there.
Okay, got it. Well, this you basically see Kian as he seems to be watching you very intently, and all of a sudden he sort of looks to the side, and he lets Isaac go and starts patting his arms in a bit of a panicked fashion. Isaac falls out of the rooftop, and when he lands, you do hear a bit of a crack. He gets up, sort of cradling his arm, but he seems otherwise okay. Ruark looks to the side to Kian, then looks to all of you, and says, "How about a challenge? This has gone on for a bit too long. Kian, go down there." And when you hear these words, it's almost like Kian sort of freezes up. He looks down to you, jumps down the, out the side of the roof, lands, and he unholsters both the axes on his sides. And he seems to sort of gesture forward, picking one of you, and eventually the axe rests pointing at Titus.
Who is obfuscated?
Yeah, well, gets unobfuscated because Auspix is a bitch. And then Ruark just says, "Let's see how that goes. Kian, kill." And as soon as he says that, Kian rushes forward. You see him sort of kick Titus, and as soon as his foot makes contact with him, both of them vanish.
Fuck.
And the
I look to
Nagaraja.
Cecil. I sort of like glance to Cecil because what the fuck?
Cecil seems to be holding himself back. Essentially trying to observe the situation and trying to come up with a way to proceed. But he seems sort of like shocked because from what you gather, since you know him quite well, it looks like he didn't really expect to get into the situation. And as the figures in front of the door remove their masks, they all sort of smile towards you, and these rows of razor-sharp teeth just create this really striking image as they slowly start fading away.
No.
Do I see
No.
it?
Baby, Iris is really fucking mad right now. She wants to take down at least some of them.
Okay, go on.
So she's like, are you... So she's going to look
Miguel,
at
I
them.
have a question. Do I see it?
May I... Alex, can I
Of
finish?
course. Of course.
Thank you.
I
Don't interrupt
just
me.
don't want
calm
you to
down.
die.
Calm down. It's okay.
I'm not gonna die. I just look at them like... The last one of you I met, she was far less pussy than you. Didn't expect that. I'm basically trying to rile them up. And remember, I still have that, the celerity action that I use, so... Roll that again. And I'm gonna use a willpower roll. Pelese. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Mm-hmm. So that
4
gives...
of them.
Yeah, 4 of them.
4 of them.
Yeah. Well, this causes either frenzy or rot trick.
Yeah, but I'm trying to rile them up. Because they probably hate my guts. I am a metamorphosis.
I mean,
And
yes,
I have a thingy too.
Yes, they do. But they're also Nagaraja completely fucking mind controlled by Ruark. So it's a bit up in the air. Hold on. Let me solve this with a roll. Because it really depends. Okay, yeah, they frenzy. So, 4 of them stop disappearing. And they reappear fully. Put their masks back on.
And
take their knives.
I yell at them. Can I yell at them?
Well, it's...
They're doing...
Hold on, because there are other players around that want to do stuff. So...
Yeah, but I want to use this thingy.
I know you want. You'll get to use the thingy. Calm down. Larry, you said something before? Larry.
Alex, your mic is muted.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I presume I flied up to see the commotion after I get kicked off.
No, you can take flight, yeah, again. That's fine.
Yeah, well, I was just flying, observing it while it was happening. Wait, what happened to Isaac? I didn't get that part.
He fell off the roof. Seems to have sort of broken his arm or injured it in some way, but otherwise he's fine.
Alright, and so these 4 dudes with the masks are just by the front door right now.
Yep.
And from what I understand, all of our packmates are standing on the road, like somewhat away.
Oh no, Iris is close. Iris is close. She was the one who was walking towards the thing. They're the ones who blocked my path. So...
Fucking hell. I want... Oh god. So how far off from the building is Isaac?
Well, he's pretty close to it. The Nagaraja are pretty close to him. Let's say that.
And Roark is still standing on the roof.
Yep. Though at this point he's also fading away.
I will PK down to Isaac and sort of get him away from the building.
Okay. Yeah, I won't have you roll for that. It's fine. You do sort of a swoop and, remove Isaac from the dangerous situation. He does like wince as you pick him up since his arm is like broken, but otherwise it's fine.
Then I will turn my head around, just fucking feel the detonator in my arm, in my palm, get it out, and shout, Serena, get
I
away!
use my powers. Honestly,
Well, hold on.
you're getting Isaac out. Do that.
Hold on. Let's not get upset. Serena, so Larry removes Isaac from the dangerous situation, and as he starts flying away, what you do?
Well, I'm about to murder some bitches.
Go on.
So, those two celerity actions I never got to use, but they're going to be after this action. But right now, I just look at one of them. And I address him. Wouldn't it be nice to experience what it's like to live with your organs on the outside?
Okay, roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how many successes you get.
Manipulation.
Pray to
manipulation,
Holy
manipulation.
Palisse, I guess.
Mm-hmm. What's the willpower, considering they're constantly braid war?
Hold on, I have to go check the specifics of the power. I remember sending it. Yeah, here. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And you're using this on who?
Any of them, really.
Okay. Well, one of the Nagaraja basically crumbles over and starts like hugging his own chest. And as he falls to the side, you just see a few bones piercing his clothes and growing to the side. And he seems to be pretty incapable of moving. Almost as if his own body is revolting against him. The other Nagaraja look at this, then look at you, and I think they're gonna enter Rotary instead.
How?
At this point.
Mm. I don't think they can change their frenzy. Once it
I
starts.
Frenzy is more
suppose-
angry than Rotary.
I suppose they can't, but like at this point it's
Oh,
it's
is it
supposed
that
to be
terrifying?
a cinematic ending.
Okay.
I don't want to bog it down too much.
Never let me have any fun. First time Cecil lets me out of the fucking cellar.
Well, let's do it like this. We still have a scene that we're gonna have to finish with Titus. That will be seen in the next session. We will close the session here as the mysterious figures vanish, except one of them, which you managed to capture. And unfortunately, Larry hasn't pressed the detonator
this
just
guy.
yet. But that
I
just
take
means
this
he
guy.
has explosive charges to use next time. Which I promise you, Alex, you will get to use. And yeah, we'll call it the session there. We hope you enjoyed. Bit chaotic
So we
at the
have a-
end. Apologies for that.
So we have Talmahara Spina.
You do. You have one.
Mm.
Let's hope he's
I'm-
still functional after what you did.
I just need his memories.
But yes, we hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the confusion at the end. And yeah, have a good night.
See ya.
Yeah.